sure. All right, what's up, Allen House? We are back in my church facility. This is the Bird Theater, historic theater. Check the description if you haven't seen some of the videos about kind of this place. But we're trying to figure out how to get hair light onto kind of our front folks. So we usually have two worship leaders up front, and then our pastor will come out as well. And so we've got this kind of theater stage setup, and the challenge, I don't know how good this lighting is going to be because, yeah, it's dark, but we have some lights that are, so this one's not on, that's just a service light, but then we have some lights on a rack right up here that have a black scrim in front of it. And what we're going to try and do is take 3 of our existing lights, drop them down so that they are shining this way down towards the speaker people that would be right here. We want to get those lights kind of drop down below that scrim, but also not hitting the people in the faces in the first couple rows. We also have our screen here, which that's our projection screen. So we project onto that from the tech booth, but we've just got to kind of figure things out. So this initial test, we're going to use some all thread and kind of undo some cables and drop them down and position in big ladders. And anyway, we'll take you along for the ride. All right, so we're up on the ladder. You can see the lights, our bar up here as well. And we're just going to kind of undo a lot of these cables and try and drop them down below this little black scrim here.
A few inches later.
All right, y'all, so what you can see now is we've got 3 lights here that are just at the bottom of the scrim. You can't see the scrim from here, but they're just at the bottom. And one of the things we were trying to think of is if we back up here in the seats, if I get in the front row, are they hitting me in the face? And they're not. They're hidden behind the scrim and our screen, which is great. But if we get my lovely assistant here to stand, you'll now see that his shoulders are lit up and his hat is lit up. And so we've got 3 lights here positioned. And so we're going to hope that this helps just to get a little bit of 3D dimension off of the black. So we'll have our normal whites that come from our balcony that are our front lights. This is just some extra light above that should help define the head and the shoulders to bring them off of the black curtain and background. All right, so unfortunately the GoPro battery died just then, but what I want to do is take a quick look at kind of some before and after samples. So we'll dive back into the computer and just kind of walk through what we're seeing the differences of. So let's dive into the computer now. All right, so first off, what we're going to see is an image from a few weeks ago. This gentleman, his name is Chris, and Chris was on stage, and you can see where Chris has a darker sweatshirt on. He's got a hat on, and he's blending into the background. Also notice kind of the coverage of lights on the stage, on the rug, and you'll see that it's pretty dim. So we've got lights that are overhead, some of them kind of shooting down. They used to light up the band that would be on the back row there. And then we also have whites from the balcony. But if we fast forward and we look at this past week, obviously the rug is well lit and way more lit up. He's actually, surprisingly, Chris is wearing the same sweatshirt and a hat as well. And so you can see his shoulder, his hat is lit up. And if we put the two next to each other, here we can see the clear difference. Look at the hat on the left versus the right. Now if you look at his shoulders on the left versus the right, and even the rug on the left versus the right. So that's a huge difference in what the camera is able to pick up and how we can pull the subject off the backdrop. Now next we have the gentleman from a few weeks ago that was actually our doing the teaching that day. He has dark hair, a dark beard, and a red shirt on. You can't really see his hair, and you can barely see the red shirt. And that's an example of, pulling off of the backdrop there. If we look at, again, Chris from this past week, also in a similar position, not only is the curtain lit up a bit more because we re-aimed the top lights, but also the head and shoulders really are pulling him off. Now, if we look at the side camera is another one. Here is Chris from this past week. Hat is lit up, shoulders are lit up, and he is pulled off of the background. But if we look at TJ here, TJ's hair is blending into the black curtain. His shirt is not really defined. And if we put the two next to each other, here you can see where on the right, they're pulling off of the backdrop just with these overhead lights. You can see actually with TJ on the left, you know, the carpet is lit up more, but that's wash from our front lights, not from coming down over top. All right, so that's a look at what we did for our hair lights. We finally got this to the top of priority list. I had a gentleman meet me at 5:30 in the morning one morning a couple weeks ago, and we were able to take all thread, which there's a clamp that the light bolts to the clamp, and that clamp attaches to the bar, and then you've got your cabling and your safety strap. Safety strap always goes over the bar and through the hangers on the light, so that if anything happens and that light looks to drop, you've got safety in place. So what we did is we disconnected the light with the bolt that it was held on with. And we put all thread on, so we've got a bolt on top, a bolt on bottom, clamping it with lock washers to that clamp. That's affixed to the bar. And then we came down about 10 inches. We had another bolt and washer to tighten it to the actual light. And then our safety strap goes around as well. Plus you've got the cables for both power and then DMX coming in and DMX coming out. So lots of different mechanisms in there, but we feel safe and secure with what we've got in place. We're good to go there, but the picture, marked difference. Going from before to after, it's a huge difference from getting that subject pulled off the backdrop, pulled off the black curtain that we have, and we took that opportunity to re-aim the rest of the lights. So we had 10 lights, 7 of them now wash the back curtain, and then those 3 are coming straight down from the overhead. Well, if you found this video helpful, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button. Feel free to share this with somebody that you're working with on lighting, or that you think needs to see a simple solution that we did. And this project ended up only costing us about $30 total. Maybe we took some of that back because we didn't need I don't know, but under $30, and we got a huge difference with our lighting and our camera visual now. That's it for now though. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and we'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.